Hello, this is AD with Kosmostrology, and I'm going to be doing your pick a card. This is your Cosmo Quickie. We are going to be discussing what good news is on the way. So I already want to just claim it, guys. This is good news that is coming, period. All right, so let's just get straight into it. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I do want to say thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop me a comment. Let me know if this resonated. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, that is in the description box below. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and start off with pile 1. I actually have a funny story about pile 1. I already started recording this, and then my dog came in, and then I had to stop, reshuffle, and do a whole new pile for you. So that's really something. So we will certainly see if the energies are the same. Alrighty. Oops, all the way over here. Okay. Hello, everyone. It is AD with Kosmostrology, and I'm going to be doing your Cosmo Quickie. This is what good news is headed your way. So this is a timeless reading, so whenever this finds you, but if you're finding this now, I'm hoping that it's in the next no longer than 3 months or so, right? So let's just go ahead and hop straight into it, guys. I'm gonna hit my timer, but please just remember that I do subscribe to Vedic Astrology, so my placements might be a little different than yours, but the energy should absolutely read about the same. So this is if you pick this little stone. Let's get straight into it. So I'm gonna hit this timer. And let's go. So starting off, we have Moon, Cancer energy here. And I had to redo your reading, and the same energies are popping out. Different cards, same energy. So that's really funny. Strong Cancer energy here. Saturn. These same cards came out, but in the other deck. So thank you, Spirit, for keeping it consistent. Really good news is on the way then, if it ends up being the same reading, right? Saturn, Truth. Lunar eclipse, Change. Jupiter, Benefits, and Fire element, Desires. So the energies we have represented here: Cancer, Saturn, Aquarius, Cancer again, Pisces, and Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Leo, not Aquarius, Sagittarius, Leo's, Aries. All right, so that's just what we have represented here, guys. But overall, I'm just getting that you have definitely put a lot of work into something. This is good news that you've waited a long time for, and it has to do with your passions. Something that drives you is going to absolutely pay off with this Jupiter Benefits. So expect some changes. Now, I'm also hearing, and this differs from the first time I did this reading, some of your desires could be changing. Some of the passions that you've had could shift, and you end up unlocking this new truth about yourself. So I feel like there's a lot of truth about yourself, your soul, your passions, your desires, your lust is going to be opening up. And be flexible, because it might take you on a different course than you originally expected, but it will certainly be the course that leads to the most benefit in the long run. So that's a super beautiful energy. You know, I do feel like Spirit is also saying, if you follow your heart, if you follow your soul, and you follow your passion, you are going to feel very lucky and very abundant. So much so you might be able to change things and share with others and change others. You know, that might not be for everyone, but I do imagine if there's this drive behind you that wants to change things on like a magnificent scale, on a big scale, if that's something that really drives you, then I do feel like you're going to have the ability to do that for yourself first and then share that with others. So there's a new truth that is being revealed. Something that has been hidden is now coming into light, and I do think that it's going to take you, pile 1, in a different direction, or put you on a different path in some sort of way. But this is super welcomed, is what I'm hearing. Spirit wants you, again, to just remain flexible. You never know where you're going to end up, you know? Uranus, Aquarius energy represented here, and Aquarius came out so strong when I did this reading the last time. So again, this is about stepping out of your comfort zone. I also feel with the Moon, it's Cancer energy. So it's really staying in that shell, moving side to side, not really moving forward, versus Aquarius represented double time, stepping out of that, being, you know, a kind of outlaw, being a rebel, and just going in a completely different direction. I do imagine if there's been established structures, you are going against the grain. You're doing something very different, but this is something that you feel with this fire element. You have to do it. You know, your soul cannot rest unless you follow this. So I do imagine that that's good news for some of you, because maybe perhaps you haven't felt that way about anything, where nothing's really fired you up. But this truth is going to change that, you know? Oh wow, Aries. So again, just really stepping into that number. I'm being so drawn to the number 1, which is just about stepping into that fire, that passion, that first house, getting into it. Your body, the first thing that you step out into the world, you're reintroducing yourself to the world is kind of what I'm getting, Pa 1, in this new unexpected way. And again, I do feel like this has been a surprise to you for what it's worth, but the more that you just follow it unapologetically, it really is going to pay off and benefit you and possibly others later down the line. Scorpio energy here. So this is something your deep desires, desire and scorpionic energy, right? So some of you guys could be tuning into your 8th house in some ways where you've just gone very deep into your soul, moon card, and you've come out with like this really crazy revelation. And now you're like, well, maybe I can do things a little bit differently. Maybe I can charge forward in a way that I didn't necessarily see possible. So there are changes, very strong Mars energy represented here, but again, within a super unexpected way. We have Aquarius popping out again. And Aquarius energy and traditional tarot, it is the star card. So I do imagine that the good news is that you are going to get wish fulfillment. I feel like some of you guys could have fixated on what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? Who am I? What have I been searching for? Well, finally, Spirit, Spirit is delivering those answers to you. So you'll be able and to be more comfortable to charge forward is what I'm hearing. Wow, Sagittarius. So more fire energy again, just emphasizing truth. Sagittarius, 9th house. So you could have Sag energy or 9th house placements. This is being activated in this really unexpected way. I do feel like some of you guys are getting more in tune somewhat with your spirituality and wanting to maybe at some point teach it, which is unexpected. You didn't know that you could do that. Now you're like, maybe I should take this a little bit more seriously. Again, this is so unexpected to you and it's going to be unexpected to others, but this is something that you've been fixated for and you're finally going to with this Scorpio, you've been so fixated on discovering a truth. Well, hey, you get this truth now and you get to move forward. So moving from the 8th house to the 9th house, right? So something that you've been seeking very, very deeply, you finally reveal that answer. Now you have that truth and now you can move forward. So you could have Saturn in your 9th house is kind of what I'm hearing. So it's taken quite some time to get there, but you're there. Hey, let's go with it. So let's move into the tarot. I'm using the Universal Tarot of Masai. Starting off with the King of Wands. Fire, fire, fire. You're on fire. Shawty fire dancing on the, Shawty fire burning on the dance floor. Somebody call 911, better cool her down. And so I am getting like, you won't be able to be stopped. No one will be able to cool you down once you start moving forward with this energy here. A lot of you are stepping into masculinity. Scorpio's feminine energy, but all the rest of this energy is masculine. And so I imagine you're stepping into yourself. You're stepping into your desires and you're not going to compromise is what I'm hearing because you are so fired up about this and you are so excited about moving forward. The Page of Pentacles, this could be a job, a work activity or something that later down the line you will be able to get money for. Chariot. So forward movement, again represented with this Cancerian card. I just imagine that you're going to be following your calling in some way. This could start small with the Page of Pentacles. But the good news is you are going to be able to make money, hopefully, over something that is creative if you decide to move forward. Again, it might start small, but it will lead to something later. And that's wonderful news because Spirit is saying, hey, whatever this thing is, it's worth investing in. You can start small, but it's certainly worth investing in. So I hope that this is good news to you. Wow, the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, beautiful. The star card coming out. Yes, I mentioned it with the Aquarius. This came out the last time. I'm so happy to see it again because it made me very happy because this is wish fulfillment and just being able to stand out. I also do want to say, and the emphasis in the other reading was like friendships are going to be expanding. So I do want to bring that attention back into this reading. You will be networking and meeting other people when you follow your desire, when you follow in your direction that is being put on your soul and don't question it. You will be introduced to this collective of people who will be able to kind of understand and help you along the way. There is mad stability coming in, but it comes from your own work being, right with the King of Wands. You have to own your power and move towards it in this very warrior-like way with the Chariot also represented by the moon. And that's combining both your intuition and your fierceness, so your masculinity and femininity, and moving forward with that with confidence. That is your good news, is you're going to have something to move forward towards with confidence. And the great news is that it will turn into something financially abundant. You will be able to eat off of this passion and this goal. The 10 of Swords, so certainly recommending endings that are coming in, and I do feel like that's good news. This could be endings to a cycle of confusion, or ending to a cycle where you feel like you haven't been able to complete something. Ending to a cycle of feeling outcast or misunderstood with that Aquarius energy there. Again, you're going to be revealed to some sort of truth. That 9th house is going to be opening up, which represents expansion, higher education. If you're in school, you're going to be able to find that rhythm again. Things are just starting to open up, and you are going to be flat, dead, and center in the middle of those changes. And I think that this is super exciting for you. Oh, beautiful. We have the Ace of Cups. So really great news coming in on the way. For some of you guys with the King of Wands here, it could be a love offer, some sort of long-term commitment. Doesn't have to be, but for some of you, it will be. You're going to be meeting somebody that activates a new leg of your journey. And I do think that you will like this person. So that's really good news. You could meet somebody, the Hermit energy. And what did I say about kind of stepping out of the shadows, right? There's been a lot of delay, but I do think that you're going to be able to move on. And then finally, we have the 5 of Wands. So now that we have all the cards on the table, let me go ahead and tune into the outer and inner energies of this. But with everything being centered around the Star card, Spirit is just saying you are meant to shine, and you will have the opportunity to do so. Don't think for a second that you won't. As long as you follow your intuition and follow your heart, you will be able to overcome any obstacle that comes your way. I do feel like, again, with this masculine energy, you have to be able to stand up for yourself and stand up for your desires. You know what it is that you want to do now. Go focus on doing that. Spirit is also giving you permission to just go ahead and fight for yourself. I do feel like the 6 of Wands would be short, right under here. Let me look at, the Strength card at the bottom of the deck. I was like, I feel very heavy, like fire energy. You would come out on top. You would definitely come out on top. So don't be afraid to fight for what you want. That's stepping into that masculine energy. As far as internally, you might not have been able to see the payoff or the work that you've done because it's been happening on an inner level. But when the 10 of Swords comes, it does symbolize endings to a difficult cycle. And to the 10 of Pentacles, that work is going to amount to something that will pay off and be tangible. I think that you're surprised at how far you've come, how you moved from this page to this 10. You really have done a lot of growth, even if it hasn't seemed like that on the inside. You're going to be able to step into that energy and moving forward. And like I said, just completely stand out. Is there anything else that I see? There could honestly be some type of competition for your affection. For some of you, that could be good news. You could have multiple offers coming your way. I don't feel like that'll be, for a lot of you, your main thing, but I do feel like it'll be, just some extra little sauce to your day, to just know that some masculines or feminines are vying for your attention. But I really don't think that you're focused on that. I think that you're really focused on this newfound desire, passion that you have about yourself, and you're willing to follow that, again, with the Ace of Cups, the Chariot, and the Star card. So the more that you follow your intuition, Pile 1, the more comfortable that you're going to be when it's all said and done. And I think that you'll be greatly rewarded for your efforts in the long run. So go for it. Spirit is telling you, really go for it. When this unexpected kind of realizations happens, it's not by coincidence. Ooh, excuse me. It's all by design is really what I'm hearing. So let's move into your oracles. Oh, wow. Higher power. And the number 4, which was pretty prominent. Yes, you're unlocking this new crown chakra. I do feel like some of you are expanding in some way. You gain some sort of knowledge, and Spirit is asking you to unlock that knowledge and move forward with it. Like I said, the universe, your spirit guides, yourself, your soul are all conspiring to kind of get you in alignment to where you're supposed to be headed next. And this is wonderful news, because I do feel like in the past, maybe with the Hermit, there's been a lostness, but you're going to get that answer, and it's going to be clear as day to you. You just have to trust it, because the universe, divine, has beautiful things for you, beautiful things in store for you. And again, I can't help but notice that it is financial. This isn't something that isn't going to feed you. You will be able to eat off of this gift, off of this realization. It's not going to be a waste of time. It will take time. It will take investment, but it will pay off tenfold. And so Spirit is just asking you to trust in the divine plan with the higher power energy and know that it's in favor. So within the next few months, things are really going to be changing. I do think that you're going to be gaining access. Like I said, this is a 3-month window. So perhaps over the summertime, if this is when you find this reading, there will be you're going to be able to find something that you really are passionate about, and you're going to want to take those steps towards that, and you're going to be willing again to put time in of that energy. Beautiful Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast. Look at all this beautiful pink feminine energy. So again, this could be you're doing something feminine in a very masculine way. So let's just say like fashion, right? Or Rihanna's beauty products, okay? She's doing a feminine, very Libra, Venetian, Taurus thing, but in an extremely masculine way, at least from the outside. She's really has taken the fashion industry by storm because she didn't want to compromise. But I imagine however this plays out, a win-win outcome is forecast, and this is for your highest good. So be on board, absolutely. We have romance. That's so funny. So again, there is an underlying energy, and even with this Libra energy here, there are burning desires that are coming towards you. Like I said, for some of you, an Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo is going to be revealing their feelings for you. So this is a time to open up to romance. Again, now, I don't think that this is your main focus, but Spirit is saying, listen, there are some people that are coming towards you. That is good news. You're not going to be in this hermit mode anymore. You're going to be having people blowing your phone up and saying, hey, what are you doing? Now, whether you take it or not, that's up to you. But I do feel like you're going to be in kind of like this datey, flirty phase. So that's really awesome because I know a lot of us haven't been. But yeah, I do see romance taking a turn for you as like this undercurrent to this beautiful energy that's coming in. Because once you step into yourself, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, that's when you're going to really be comfortable to shine. And people are going to have no choice but to be attracted to you because you are so attractive, meaning through your manifestation, through this inner work that you've done, through this guiding light that you found for yourself. People are going to have no choice but to find you very attractive. So that's something to look forward to. That is good news. And then we got Raccoon Inventor. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and protect integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. I get, this Gemini energy from this card. But again, decide on what you really want. I do think that the universe is going to be helping you to make that final decision so you know what to do. And again, you have the ingenuity to claim it. It's yours. So take it. Take that crown. Place it on your head when this comes in. You don't have to be a trickster. You can be honest. You can set boundaries. Don't be afraid. Like I said, this masculine energy is coming in and just being like, do not take no for an answer. If this is something that you're passionate about, then do not take no for an answer. And again, this doesn't matter if you're the masculine or the feminine watching this. And again, I'm sorry if I lean masculine, but if you are I lean feminine, but if you're a masculine watching this, then again, it still applies. You're going to have women come and be very attractive to you and all that good stuff. And so finally, oh wow, we have this Ascendant Master, Kuan Yin, and Pearl, Divine Rebel. That's beautiful. And again, more pink energy. So Divine Rebel. And that was one thing that I mentioned when I did this reading last time about Aquarius, is it is rebelling against something. So you are going to stand out. Spirit is saying, do not be afraid that it challenges the status quo. Don't be afraid that it challenges authority figures and all that other stuff. If this is on your heart to pursue it, then please pursue it. You have the ingenuity to claim it. You are smart enough to get whatever it is that you need, Pile One. So the good news is that you are going to be feeling super abundant, 10 of Pentacles. People are looking at you from this very pure light, and I think it's radiating from you. There's just this really innocent glow about you right now because you're embarking on this new journey. Dating could pick up for some of you. But most importantly, you're stepping into your power and you're going to be finding your passion. So that is the good news that I have for you, Pile One. Please let me know if this resonated, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let me know if you like these Cosmo Quickies. I enjoy doing them. Don't also forget to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Sometimes that really slips me up. And of course, guys, Guys, this is just if you would like to donate to the channel directly. This is the Cash App. So the money sign, capital A, capital B, EV224. Again, feel no obligation. $1, $5, and even a prayer helps. If you would like PayPal, you can find that information in the description box below. And also don't forget to book a personal reading with me if you want to get any further than this. So I really hope that this resonated, Pile 1. Let me know, and peace until next time. Okay, so got that out. We did it. We did it. Yay. I guess I don't have to be cute with it, right? Because they're already picked out. It's like, no need to be cute. We'll go through it later. Okay. So now we can put this to the side. All right. Move into pile number 2. Alrighty. Hello, pile 2. I am AD with Kosmostrology, and this is your Cosmo Quickie. So this is what good news is on the way. This is a timeless reading, so whenever this finds you, but I do want it to be kind of in the scope of the next 3 months. So it should be good news on its way soon, right? So this is if you pick this pile, this little stone right here, we're going to hop straight into it. Please remember that I do subscribe to Vedic astrology, so my placements could be a little bit different from yours, but the energies should read about the same. And yeah, so let me get this timer started and let's go. Let's hop straight into it. All right. So we're starting here with, wow, Yod, Destiny. Woo! Big energies coming out. So right off the rip, you know, good news that's coming in for you, pile 2, is that you are going to get, I feel, confirmation that you are on the right track and fulfilling your destiny and divine plan. Wow, Grand Trine blessings. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And this confirmation could come in the form of abundance, money, wealth, friendships, connections, whatever it is that you've been manifesting, you're going to get that confirmation that you are on the right track. 9th house, faith. So continue to have faith in the situation. We have Sagittarius energy represented here. So there could be a blessing within knowledge. You could learn something that you weren't expecting. 8th house, endings and beginnings. So funny how similar these readings are. So Scorpio represented, but you've done work. You've done that deep soul searching work in that 8th house, that subconscious working with shadow self. And then from the other side, you've come out with this knowledge. And with that knowledge, you have been able to walk in your, what you feel as your path and start to fulfill your own destiny. And with that is coming the blessing. So we can see how you've been working through this. And so this is also a confirmation from Spirit, pile 2, that you already are doing the right things, whether the blessing is there or not, whether the money is there or not, the connections, the friendships, the work. You are in that right, you know, path to get what it is that you want. Solar eclipse revolution, sun card 44 represented here. Your hard work is paying off and it is going to be so stable. Spirit is just confirming that, listen, there have been major changes that have happened, but you have taken it in stride. And I do think that you are going to get that confirmation, like I said, that you are on the right path, however that finds you, whatever your spiritual language is with your angels, trust it. So we have air, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, communication opening up. Wow, Mercury, Gemini, Virgo. So there certainly is communication that is coming your way, whether you are the one delivering it. 33-6. So whether you are the one delivering it or you are the one receiving it, communication is playing a major part. So this good news I feel for you, pile 2, is actually going to come in the form of some written word or actual like a phone call. This is physical, actually good news. You know, pile 1 was kind of more of the ethereal good news, but for you, I really do think that it's physical. Sun, strong Leo energy poking up here. So I do feel like Spirit is also saying you're going to get a much needed ego boost. And it's just because, you know, you can put your heart and soul into something, but if you don't get that applause, you're like, who am I performing for, you know? And then you have to go through this whole search and be like, I'm performing for myself because I love to perform. And then nothing is better than like hearing this slow clap from the back. You know, after you gave your Viola Davis performance, you hear this slow clap from the back and someone's like, oh wow, you're like, you did notice, you know? So I do feel like that's kind of what's happening. You've been working in the shadows, but you're actually going to be receiving confirmation that you're doing the right thing. Wow, Leo energy coming out. So like I said, some of you guys, this could actually be in the arts, performing, music, visual arts, godly, acting, singing, any of that stuff, any of the fifth house stuff. And for others of you, you know, your creativity can express itself through numbers and sciences. You know, science is an art form. So I completely agree with that. So don't let me limit you. But particularly if you focus in more of the traditional entertainment fields, you are going to be receiving some communication about standing out. It could be that you landed a role. It could be that your mixtape EP is doing well. It could be that you go viral on YouTube, whatever it is, you're going to be receiving really good news that is going to change a lot of things. That's going to change the trajectory. So we got Taurus represented here, Taurus represented in the second house. So I am getting that, you know, this does have to deal with some sort of financial increase. And you would certainly be a standard in this, whatever it is that you do, you know, however original it is or how much you've worked. And again, could be something that you spent a lot of time doing, pile 2. It really is going to pay off and you're going to stand out. It'll be worth it and you will get payment for it, which is beautiful. You know, you don't have to worry about that not coming through. You don't have to worry about, you won't have to worry about money in a sense, like at least for the next 3 months, you know, your finances are certainly going to stabilize, whatever that means for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into your tarot. I am using the Sun and Moon if you're interested. So I got Princess of Wands, strong Aries energy represented here is kind of what I'm hearing. The Nine of Cups, wow, beautiful wish fulfillment. That is the good news that's coming in its way. Like I said, with this Princess or Page energy, I really do feel like it's a physical thing that you're getting, whether it be, yes, you got this job, yes, you made it into this program, but you're going to get a yes, and it is a wish fulfillment. The Two of Swords, it's taken a long time for this to come through. I feel like maybe internally you were like, I know I'm going to get it, but there's been delays. It's, you know, it hasn't come through clearly. And so Spirit is asking you again to just stay in that power of communication and know that you will get your wish fulfillment. Good news is on the way. Now, it might not be the original thing that you thought it was going to be with the Two of Swords. You know, there's a blindness that comes with the Two of Swords where you can't see, where you're just feeling. So you're just kind of close your eyes and kind of meditate through this process. Don't expect, you know, don't expect anything. Surrender to these waves of process and to surrender to the waves during this process, and then allow that current to kind of take you to where Spirit wants you to go, because this is your destiny for some of you. So this is not the time to kind of get afraid and close off those signs and just be like, man, well, this didn't come at this time, or I got this no right here, and so that means everything is shot to shiz. No, Spirit is just lining you up with your destiny, and that has to come with roadblocks. That has to come with the rolling pin, right? When you're bowling and you actually have the garters up, the garter rails, you know, so you're going down, you're bouncing from side to side to side, and then finally you actually get a strike. Don't you hate it when little kids do that, when they like roll it, the ball's moving so slow? It would have been a gutter ball like 5 times, but then it turns into a strike. That's really what I'm hearing for you. That's the vision that I'm getting. So you definitely have a strike coming. Beautiful. The Eight of Cups. So some of you guys could be moving. There is a sense here of some sort of sacrifice that has to be done with the Eight of Cups being here, even though you've emotionally invested in it. But again, this is good news. So I feel like this is something that you've been wanting to do. We have the Ten of Swords following. So this is the closing of a very difficult cycle. I do feel like you've had a lot up in the air, but now you're taking the chance to put your feet on the ground, and something that was a thought, you are putting it into action, and it is going to pay off, is what I'm hearing. The Lovers. So pile 2, I'm getting that there is a choice that's going to have to come up. The Two of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Lovers card. This is all about choice. Gemini energy represented here. And thus far, it's the only major arcana. So this is just highlighting your free will in the matter, because again, like I said, you must have just watched my Instagram weekly. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, you absolutely should. I post weekly readings there. But I get that there is some sort of sacrifice in order for you to follow this passion. And maybe that's something that makes you nervous. Maybe you feel stuck because you don't want to be selfish. But again, with all this Leo energy that's coming in for you and through you, pile number 2, this is highly recommending. Spirit wants you to do that. It is your destiny, okay? You have free will, but your destiny right now lines up perfectly with what you want. So you just got to trust that. Wow, the Princess of Cups again. So there's something here about very adolescent energy with the 2 princesses. Let's keep digging. the moon card. Oh, Cancer represented, and the Ace of Swords. So yeah, Spirit is really saying, Pal, you have to follow your intuition. You are getting good news of some sort of acceptance, but you have to travel for this. So let's say that like you got into another school and or something, and you have plans to move in with somebody, and then you got I don't know, you got accepted into freaking Yale. Who knows? And you're like, well, now I got to go to Yale, but I don't know how to disappoint this person. I don't know how to communicate these things. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I was so focused on it being this way, but now it looks like Spirit is taking me this way. I don't know what to do with my intuition. I'm all over the place. That's kind of what I'm getting. Spirit is just saying, you know, hey, at the end of the day, it's time for you. You know what? I'm sorry. This is like, I'm trying to straighten this up, but we'll see. My bad. But Spirit is just saying, listen, you got to follow that little niggle. You got to follow that little thing that's inside of you that's telling you to go in a certain direction. Yes, some things will have to end, but into this beautiful new beginning of clarity and truth and honesty. And I'm feeling like honesty is going to help the most. Pile 2, you got to communicate, because when this good news comes in, this acceptance letter, this yes is your good news, is really what I feel. You're going to hear a yes. It comes with the choice to have to walk away and have to sacrifice. And you have, at the end of the day, you have the choice to get what you want. I recommend that you follow your dreams here, but you don't have to. You have free will. You know, I totally recommend that you follow your dreams and you go ahead and you take that risk. It seemed like it's going to be a little bit of a surprise. Didn't we have Uranus earlier? So this could be a little bit unexpected. It might take you off course, but follow your intuition with that. The moon to the Ace of Swords is so strong. You could have your moon in an air sign. And so you tend to be more logical when it comes to making these decisions. But I do feel like Spirit is telling you to follow your passion, that fire energy. And tigers are often solitary. You know, they really spend a lot of time on their own. And so that might be, if you've been fearful of doing something on your own, this could be Spirit being like, hey, this is the time for you to go kind of solo for this next leg. You will end up where you're supposed to be. You'll meet the other people. You know, there's soulmate energy here. But for the most part, Spirit is asking you to just do your own thing. Don't compromise, okay? Yeah, there's going to be a choice. There's a choice for if you're going to leave or if you're going to stay. There could, for some of you, a maternal energy could be influencing this, family responsibilities or children. I don't want to uproot my children. You know, depending on how this hits you is how it's going to affect you. So take what resonates. But I feel like there could be other people. There's just could be family in some sort that you're scared to sacrifice. But in the long term, it'll be better for everyone is kind of what I'm hearing. That's what Spirit's telling me to say. In the long term, it will be better for everyone, even if there's a little bit uncomfortable up top. All right, so let's go ahead and move into your oracle card. So we're starting with empathy. And I always see this, you know, with this lotus flower kind of growing up from the mud. So this is to be compassionate to yourself and to others. I do feel like you might be digging in on yourself and being like, if I say yes to this yes opportunity, then perhaps I am being selfish, and you start, you know, degrading yourself and all this other stuff. You know, Spirit is saying have empathy and compassion for yourself first, because if you continue to sacrifice for other people, you're going to end up, you know, resentment. I'm kind of getting resentment a little bit from this Ace of Swords, just because words can be cutting. So if you're a person who, you know, you sacrifice, and then your words get a little bit bitey, and you don't want to make other people uncomfortable with your thoughts and just kind of your opinions, then take that into consideration when this yes opportunity comes in. So I don't want to say that this isn't good news. The good news is you're going to get what you want. The sacrifice, the other side of that is, okay, now you got some choices to make. Work through your fears. Again, the Scorpio energy here, that 8th house. So there is some conscious shadow work here, especially with this moon. Figure out why you're triggered, why you're scared to perhaps leave people behind. Is it abandonment issues? You know, are you scared that if you go out on a limb for yourself, are people going to reject you? Are people going to truly understand? Are people going to take you down? You know, are people going to try to step on your blessings. You know, what is that fear that's triggering you to make you want to stay when you know desperately you want to go? What is that? Because at the end of the day, if you decide to not say yes to this opportunity, it's not that other opportunities won't come, but who knows when that next opportunity will come, and you will only be able to blame your fears as to why you didn't act. You know, it could be excuses that you end up making for yourself and for others. So just be aware of that. You know, Spirit just wants you to be aware of that, the by the book. And again, this family energy. So I do imagine that you feel a responsibility to other people. 11, you know, 1, 1, 2. So there will be a compromise and a balance. And I do think that by the book is just representing here in this particular case is you should go by the book of communications. Communicate what's happening and what's changing. I do think that people will actually be happy and celebratory for you when this happens. Because some people want the best. Again, take that as it resonates, but you've done everything by the book. I do think that it's time for you to shake it up, okay? Oh my gosh. We got this no explanation point. So, you know, take that as you will. I get that Spirit is just being like, no, do not limit yourself. Do not hold yourself back, you know? And that's no with an explanation point. There's a regular no. So this is a strong no. So I think that, again, this is no to self-doubt. Say no to some of these other things that you've tied yourself to. And maybe some of you, you know, depending on where you are and how this reading is hitting, you could have been like, but is that person, you know, am I going to actually move in with that person? Spirit is like, no. Am I actually going to get that job? No. There's something better. There's something better for you. It is fate. It is destiny. You are in tune. You will be receiving good news within the next 3 months that will completely revolutionize how you feel about yourself right now. It's going to completely put you in a different stratosphere, but continue to work on what's in front of you is kind of what I'm hearing. All right. And then finally, we got Ram, perseverance. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up and good luck will follow. So there does seem, so Spirit is just saying, hey, no, do not give up. Don't give up. Even if this has taken a lot of time for it to come through, it is going to pay off. Pile 2, you are going to be receiving that confirmation from the universe that you are on the right track. This is the first confirmation, right? The second one is going to come in some really tangible form. And I really do think that you absolutely need that. And there's nothing wrong with that, Pile 2. So Spirit is just really asking you to hang in there for the most part. Use your mind, use your intuition to guide you through this. And don't be afraid to sacrifice things in the meantime, because it will end up working in your highest favor and in your highest good later. So be aware of that. All right. So that is what I got for you, Pile 2. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. I do Wicked Wednesdays, which are like mini zodiac readings. And then after that, I do mini like personal readings. So if that interests you, please follow me on Instagram. And of course, I am bringing out the cash card guys. So this is if you would like to donate or contribute to the channel. I super duper appreciate this. This is Cash App. So $, capital A, capital B, lowercase EV224. If you would like to do PayPal, then that helps too. And if you have donated already, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I truly appreciate that. And yeah, don't forget to, you know, follow me on my other stuff, because I have been pretty active on my other platforms. So yeah, so that's what I got for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much. Let me know if this resonated in the comments section. Okay. And so last, but absolutely not least, we are moving into Pile 3. Cool. All righty. Hello, everyone. This is AD with Kosmostrology, and I'm going to be doing your Cosmo Quickie. So this is for what good news is on its way. And this time span is going to be between the next 3 months, no later than 3 months. So I wanted this to be kind of soon-ish, right? So let's go ahead and dig into it. I'm going to start the timer. We're going to start with astrology cards. Please remember that I do subscribe to Vedic astrology, so my placements could be a little different than yours, but all the energy should read about the same. All right, so let's hop straight into it. Put the timer on the clock. Oops. You got a couple crystal cards. Alrighty. So 3rd house messages. All right, great. This could be a physical message that's coming through. We got Gemini represented here. Let's keep going. Saturn return. Oh yeah. Good news is on the way. That's the good news. The good news for you, Pile 3, that pile 3 is that good news is on the way. Your hard work is paying off. Again, I do feel like this will be a physical form of communication, physical form of good news at this point. The South Node life's debt. So with this being paired off with the Saturn return, life's debt, some of you guys could be in your early 30s or late 20s. You don't have to be, but I am getting that there's going to be a strong pull towards that. And so if you have been doing the work and you've been learning which needs to be learned, you know, in this lifetime and with this K2 energy, you're finally getting that return of those delays. So things are going to start paying off. Again, you're going to be receiving physical communication about work that you've been doing is going to take off. I do feel like you've paid off those debts. You've learned those lessons. You could be like myself and have K2 in the 10th house, or K2 aspecting your 10th or 11th house. So this could deal with physical work, or this could deal with friendships. But I am getting that something is happening, something that you've been working for. And because you've learned the lessons that you've learned, it is going to pay off. Pile number 3. Oh, water element sensing. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio represented here. And then Grand Cross provokers. So I do feel like this correlates with pile 2. We're going to have to see how this lines up. But I am getting with this information that you get, that you intuitively know is coming, right? With this information that you get, you are going to be forced to make a decision. It might put you in a little bit of an uncomfortable situation. With this 4 and 7 represented here, 4 represents stability, 7 represents karmas and kind of challenges. So your stability is going to be rocked a little bit. And I do think that you have sensed that coming, even with that 4 energy there. You're really in tune with your intuition. And I do think that you watch tarot readings and you kind of have your own dialogue with spirit all the time. And so you felt like this is coming, this change is coming. But I think this is a Saturn return, so you haven't necessarily experienced the fruit of your labors yet. So this is a big deal. And I am hearing to say just congratulations already, pile 3, because you have worked towards this. It is going to take you out of your comfort zone, but I think that this is a good thing. Let's keep going. Wow, Capricorn mentioned it, 10th house energy here. Again, Capricorn just represented. So you've been working Saturn here. This has been a hard working pile. You have really been putting your nose to the grindstone, and I don't think that it's felt like it's paid off quite yet. It's just been like sitting there. Virgo, more earth energy. So you really had to learn patience. There has been like this analyzation. You could have K2 and Virgo is kind of what I'm hearing, or Virgo in your 3rd house. So you have really spent a lot of time focusing on communication. Oh no, not now. Okay, sorry. All right, we're back. So you could have spent a lot of time focusing on different communication, and just like what just happened, it's been disrupted at points. Mars. So you could have Mars in Virgo, or Mars in Capricorn. So I'm imagining that you could have a Mars in an earth placement or in a water. So you might be more of the creative type. And so it takes you a lot longer to get things done just in general, because either you're thinking about it too much, or you're talking about it too much, or you are, you know, stinking on it with the water energy. You're just feeling it too much, and there's not a lot of action happening here. When there's nothing wrong with that, you know, that's just how you operate. But I do feel like after time, it's coming together. It really is coming together and paying off. Gemini energy represented here. So strong Mercury communication coming through, guys. Yeah, this is certainly physical information. And I do feel like with this Grand Cross provoker, Mars and Gemini and all this energy kind of playing here, it could be coming from multiple different directions. So you could be pulled into different direction when it comes to work. So this could be your work environment. How is this good news? You have options. I do feel like you just got some major options that are coming towards you. Wow. And we have Neptune, Pisces energy represented here. So this is particularly good news if you are in some sort of entrepreneur, creative type business. And again, creativity can work in sciences too. I'm not limiting that, but something that doesn't follow step 1, step 2, step 2, step 3. You know, you've kind of had your own individual journey with your work and what you end up doing and your expression. And so you are going to be receiving good news about that. Now, I do feel with Neptune, it could feel like it comes out of nowhere. So I am hearing that spirit is saying, hey, meditate on it before you make a final decision. But this is really good news, and you should be happy for what comes your way, because your hard work is going to be paying off. And it could be in like a concrete manner. So let's say that your finances improve, or that like your YouTube numbers go up, or that you get more, people buying your product in your Etsy. It can affect you in so many different ways, but I do think that it's going to be a quiet change, but a really important one is kind of what I'm hearing. So let's move into the tarot. We got the Knight of Cups represented here. Oh, wow. The 8 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. So, I feel like, especially, I'm just really being drawn to this Piscean energy juxtaposed to that Gemini. So there's been a lot of changes and shifts, and maybe there has been a projection of some sort that people have put on you. But I feel like the good news is that you're going to be stepping out of these projections. People are going to start seeing you in a different light with the 5 of Cups, the 3 of Cups. People have kind of seen, and maybe even you yourself has seen, like, man, stuff has not worked out. This has taken a long time. But once you finally change your perspective, and again, I'm getting from Spirit, take your emotions out of it and just really step into that Capricorn mode, then you're going to see just how much you built, and that you do have 2 cups that are standing beautifully upright, and that you don't have to continue to keep banging your head up against the wall. I do feel like this is a relief, but it's a relief that you're taking with the 8 of Cups. You're walking away. You're walking away from your emotions right now and just being able to step into this Mars energy, stepping into this analytical energy, tuning out of that watery is kind of what I'm hearing, because maybe your emotions, maybe you spent too much time with your emotions and it's time for you to express them, right? So it's one to sit over there and be crying about a boy, right? And it's an entirely different thing to write an entire album about it. You see what I'm saying? So different things. And again, that can work for a girl or a non-gendered person too. So we have the 4 of Swords coming up. Wow. The Death card. Oh my gosh. And the King of Pentacles. So good news. You know, this is positive. This is good news that's on the way. But there is a major change that's happening again with your stability. You've had to spend time to take time and rest and meditate, contemplate on what's coming in. And so that change that you've been manifesting for yourself is coming through. Let's keep going, because I have a feeling I might have to do some clarifiers. So we have the Tower, the Page of Swords, and the King of Wands. Give me a second, guys, to tune into this. This does seem to be a little bit complex, Pile 3. Not a bad thing, but there's a little bit of complexities that are coming in. Where's the mini deck? Okay. So I just want to do some clarity. So right now, kind of where I am, what I'm getting is that I do feel like there's some good news that's coming in. Somebody, King of Wands, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo represented here. Again, doesn't have to do with a gender, but somebody is coming in with some sort of peace offering, love offering, but it might be a little too late or half fulfilled. I don't feel like it's up to par. So yes, this is good news, I guess, because it's a confidence boost, but there's something that's lacking about this. Pile 3, I'm also getting that there is somebody else, not Pisces, it could have Pisces influence, but King of Pentacles energy. We have Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy that could that has been keeping an eye out for you, and this person's from your past, and you might be hearing from this. But I am getting this energy. I'm hearing JoJo, too little too late. It's just a little too late, a little too wrong, and I can't wait. But you know all the right things to say. You know it's just a little too late. You know, I feel I'm getting that energy, but maybe why this is popping up in your good news is because this is somebody that might have done you dirty in the past, and now you're finally seeing that it has transformed and the shoe is on the other foot. Some of you guys could have received really not great news about somebody's health, uncle, freaking grandpa, great uncle, brother, cousin. I do feel like that information is going to turn or take a turn in a more positive sense with the Knight of Cups here, because like I said, this is good news. So I feel like it's going to work out. It could have been bad news in the past, but it's going to be good news later. We're tuning into those positive energies. The 10 of Swords. So something is definitely ending, Pile 3. It could be, now another way to read this too is if you've had somebody who's been really chronically ill, they will finally find rest. But this wouldn't be like a sudden, I know that the Tower card is there, but I'm not getting, this would be somebody who was already sickly, you know. And so it would be good news that they're going to be out of their suffering. All right, this reading turned into something else. The other 2 piles were fine. So maybe you want to check out the other 2 piles too, because this is running a little bit deeper, Pile 3. But here we do represent, with the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, you certainly have been working. There have been definitely conflicts and things that have been happening. And I do think that that's a casket, guys. So just be prepared. This will not be for everyone. This will not be for everyone. This will not be for everyone. So don't take it for everyone. But I'm throwing it out there because I see that. And it wouldn't be a surprise to you. Like, you know, I wouldn't be telling you something that you don't know is going on already. But yeah, but on another note, so for others of you, this has to deal mostly with, there's been energies of people, masculines in particular, or feminines if you're the masculine, that have projected this image towards you. And so now you're going to have to shift it. So I do feel like you might be escaping from some sort of misunderstanding or prison, pile 3. This is a really different reading than I thought it was going to turn out to be. I'm not upset, but yeah, we got some more time on the clock. So let me just kind of go through it. The 5 of Wands. Oh my gosh. The Grand Cross Provoker. So there's just major changes. Spirit is warning you, pile number 3, that you are going to have to stand your ground. Don't compromise with the 5 of Wands to the 9 of Wands there. I do feel like this is involving other people who maybe, you know, feel some type of soulmate connection with you. Maybe you don't feel that way about them. And so again, it's a good ego boost because you're like, wow, somebody's interested in me, but the catch is like, I'm not particularly interested in this person in that way. The 3 of Cups, there could be some juggling third-party situations, like the 3 of Pentacles, like I said, the 10 of Cups. Oh my gosh, I just feel like okay, pile 3, if you're still with me. So it's good news because you are going to get really great feedback from people that you've been spending time with and interest. Now, the problem is it could be coming from multiple people at one time. So if you've had this crush forever and you've been like, oh, my crush, and and they finally hit you up, and you have somebody who you kind of been dating in the meantime and they finally come around. It's just like, hey, I think we should be together. You're like, oh, my goodness, I don't know what I want to do. I guess that's good news. But I'm just getting that energy, like this is coming in. You're going to kind of, there's this competitiveness, but Spirit is saying with the 10 of Cups here, it really is going to work out. But you're just going to have a lot of offers that are coming your way unexpectedly. And Spirit is saying with the 4 of Swords here, you really don't have to rush to make any decision, but I do think that there is going to be competition for your affection. And even if you end up rejecting one or both of these people, they're going to be like, well, tell me what you want me to do, and I'm going to work to do it because I want you, which I think gives more pressure to you in the long run. Because you're like, oh man, like, I've never had somebody be like, oh, I'm going to fight for you, or oh, I'm going to work for you. And I feel like you're dealing with 2 different energies, pile 3. I'm getting you have somebody who's more of like that bossy, passionate energy, who's just like, hey, we're together now. I like you. I think that we should be together. And you're like, I don't know. And they're like, okay, whatever. Well, I'm going to come back and get you. And you have somebody who's more of the Taurus type energy, or that Capricorn subtle type energy, Virgo, where they're like, okay, well, let me just put in work. Let me show you that I'm serious. Let me just continue to invest in you. Even though, yeah, you said you're not interested. Not that it's creepy or anything. You're like, I'm going to make sure that we build a relationship. I'm just going to be patient. I'm not going to rush anything. So you have somebody who's just like very, very gung-ho, headstrong, and then you have somebody who's coming in and is willing. You literally have the tortoise versus the hare arguing and vying for your affection and your attention. So this is a lot, pile 3. This is a freaking lot, but I do think that it's good news. Again, for those of you, I really don't want to scare you about that kind of death energy. I feel like the good news will be somebody who has been suffering a long time is no longer going to be suffering. That's the good news for that energy. But the bigger overarching energy is a kind of this competitive competition that's coming in. But I do feel like, again, with that Neptune energy and just that sacrifice of it all, is sadly that you feel like both of these people are looking at you, but not really looking at you. Perhaps you have some Pisces energy in a public house. Pisces rising, Pisces in the 3rd, Pisces in the 7th, Pisces in the 11th, or Pisces in Capricorn. I'm at Pisces in the 10th house. So again, or just Neptune in any of those energies. So I do feel like you're like, listen, I hear what you're saying, and maybe you want to work for me, and I'm very flattered by all of this attention that you're giving me, but neither one of you have just simply asked me, like, you know, what do I want? Or neither one of you have really gotten to know me on a way that I would even feel comfortable enough settling down with you. And I do think that you will shock them by saying that, because they're like, wait, really? What? I thought that we were moving and grooving. But I feel like pile 3, They're going to be taken aback by that. And then they'll re-strategize and reorganize. So yeah, look at this. 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. So I do feel like that's the good news. Very interesting, Pile 3. You have to let me know, again, if you want a more traditional, I don't know why this keeps happening to my Pile 3s. It's so funny. But if you want a more traditional reading, then the first 2 are a little bit more traditional. This was a lot, for sure. But we still got some time. So let's go ahead and move into the oracles. So wisdom. All right. So I feel like you know better. I don't know why Spirit was just like, you know better. Excuse me. Both of these people might be offering something long term. Again, they popped up as kings, but maybe you're like, I need an emperor, you know? And I do feel like as you're kind of going through these energies, Pile 3, use your wisdom and your past experience. Do not feel guilty and do not settle for things just because you feel bad. You've learned that lesson too from the past. You've learned when you've tried to do the most for somebody else and then it ends up blowing up in your face and then you're upset. That's not it either. I just looked down and saw 5, 5, 5. So there's definitely competition. Let them duke it out. Let them fight it out. You know, it's kind of what I'm hearing. Not in an instigating way, but you just know what to get into and what not to get into. Strong Sagittarius energy. And I'm also picking up on freedom. Conclusions are within reach. The 9 of Wands. So there's a lot of energy that's coming towards you and you're holding yourself accountable. But I do feel like there's about 2 people in particular, 2 strong masculine energies. Again, don't have to be men, but 2 strong masculine energies that are vying for your romantic affection, and they're going to be presenting that within the next 3 months, right? So this is 3 months. I feel like this is a little bit sooner. I would say between the next couple of weeks, these offers are going to be coming in, but you know, we'll see. Mending, wow, in the middle. We got 2, 5 represented and 7. So karmic. So it's just kind of like, this is up to you. Yes. With the 5 of Cups, you know, I'm getting that you won't be able to have your cake and eat it too, right? So if you end up choosing one or the other, that will be a choice, but you don't have to rush this process. And 2, I do think that the other person may understand. You just have to communicate very clearly, Page of Swords. But there is somebody who is certainly keeping an eye on you. There is somebody, a strong fire energy. This person has a lot of sexual energy towards you. They are watching you. And they're waiting for that opportunity to make a move is what I'm hearing. So be prepared for that. It will seem kind of out of the blue and out of nowhere to you, but to them, they've been plotting on this for a long time. I'm seeing an image of a tiger or a big cat, a cheetah. So this is a type of person who stalks and then pounces. Whew. All right. Like I said, the other energy isn't like that. They're more grounded. They're more like, hey, I want to ask you on a date, opposed to just like popping up on you. This person's like, hey, we should go out on a date. I'm really serious. I want to take you out. I want to do something special for you. You're really special to me. And you're like, should I actually go? I don't know. I didn't see you like that before. But it's good news. Wow. I don't know which one. It's not the right time. So again, this is good news, but I don't think that it's the right time for you to commit to either one of these people. Pile number 3. Again, you can look into the other piles. They were more work and money related. So if that's something more that you were looking for, then I do recommend looking into that. So this good news is like, yes, you're going to get some love offers, but they're not fully, you're going to have to turn your back on them. There's other priorities that are going to come in. And it could just be you. And then finally, we got Penguin, authentic. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength and you can face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. Exactly. That's why I said I do feel like these people who are wanting you, you're having to set boundaries because you're really having to mend the projection that they put onto you. These people really don't know you. Like I said, you must have like Gemini, Piscean energy, just mutable, or Virgo. You just have extremely mutable energy. Virgo too, and Sagittarius energy. Any of those mutable signs where you kind of reflect the energy that's around you. You're very accommodating to others' needs. And so it ends up creating like this false perception of yourself. And it's not your fault, Pile 3. It's not like you're doing it on purpose. It's not like you're trying to trick people. It really just boils down to the fact that people can be so attracted to you that they project this realities onto you that end up limiting you in the long run because they never got to know you in the first place. So you're being confronted with 2 people who have now done that. And this is your lesson This is your karma, right from the beginning. This is your karma in order to establish yourself and set boundaries and heal those energies. I do feel like you're safe with both of these people. Do not be afraid. Be authentic to yourself. Be real. Spread your wisdom. You've learned this lesson before. You're about to find yourself in the same boat, but you should definitely make a different choice this time and be your authentic self. Do not bend. Do not shape shift into what you think will be easier for either of these individuals. That is what Spirit really wants you to know. It's not the right time for you to enter into anything serious. There's other news and information that's coming towards you. And again, watch the first or second pile, because there's other information that's coming in towards you that is going to affect all of this in general. So don't make any decisions yet, is kind of what I'm hearing. But yeah, absolutely, totally a wild ride. And you'll see if you watch the other piles that this was very specific for you if you pick pile 3. So I would highly recommend picking another pile. But again, I'm going to leave you there. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I super duper uber appreciate you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop me a comment section if this resonated, and also the second pile that you picked, because there is other good news for you that's on the way. I do want to say, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok. I do Wicked Wednesdays. That's when I do the mini zodiac readings and also mini private personal readings. I guess public personal readings. They're really short, quick. But if you have any quick questions, you might want to join me there. And of course, I'm bringing out the Cash App card, guys, in case you'd like to donate to the channel directly. I super appreciate it if you've done it already. You are under no obligation. I just want to throw it out there. So this is for Cash App. We have the $, capital A, capital B, lowercase EV224. And then if you like PayPal, that is going to be in the description box below. But I just want to say thank you so much for each one of you and all of your support. And I will see you later on this week for the rest of the readings. Peace until next time.